It's like,
which
okay,
just sucks.
I mean,
God dang it, I hate
look
it.
at the Lakers. We right now we have a young nucleus that we built, I believe, the right way. So let's say in
I'm gonna get back
5,
to that.
6, 7 years, Ben Simmons wants to come to the Lakers. I don't have a problem with that because we built the team the right way.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
What's the difference?
Ben Simmons is in the East. He's not playing the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, what if we met Ben Simmons, Philly versus LA in the finals one year? You never know; it might happen.
No, that dream.
You never know.
That dream.
Brandon Ingram's going to be a star.
That dream is that's a dream.
That's
That
not
is
a
never
dream.
going to happen.
Brandon Ingram's going to be a star.
Philly in the finals.
I mean, you never know.
Philly and LA.
I mean, you look at Golden State 10 years ago. They were the number 8 seed with Baron Davis and Larry Hughes and stuff. So
this is not happening whatsoever.
I mean, hey.
Speaking of Ben Simmons, this is another opposite. I like the guy on the court. I don't like him off the court. He seems a little bit more of a douchebag.
Tracy McGrady said that.
Yeah, T-Mac
He
said
like his
that.
attitude.
He has a
somewhere.
horrible attitude. And you can actually see it in his play. And the fact that he set out a summer league game, a summer league? Like, are you serious?
DNP, rest.
Rest for the summer
Summer
league.
league, hey.
I mean, you're playing YMCA superstars.
He needs his rest. We can't run him too hard.
Anyways, stick to the subject with Kevin Durant.
I ain't got no problem.
I'm going to
with
give
him.
you guys a timeline breakdown, and you make the determination of what you think about Kevin Durant. You heard from my listeners at the beginning of the show. I appreciate you guys sending me that information. Thank you so very much, and I'm sorry it took me forever to get this information back to you. And I had all your names written down, and I'm going to make sure I give you guys a shout out before the show is over to give you your kudos for sending me those voiceovers. But as you heard from the fans at the beginning of the show, everybody has mixed emotions about it. Two didn't agree, one did agree. You know, it's the world we live in. But just to give you a breakdown of how it all went down, and you guys, as always, you know, we like to make you think here, and you draw up your own conclusions when I get finished with this. So, we're going to start in 2015 with Kevin Durant. He's pretty much finishing up his rehab for wearing those footy socks as tennis shoes that he had. I don't know what Nike was thinking, but he wore them. Just met his new coach, Billy Donovan. Durant sent out a text message stating, "It's our year, next year. I'm going to sign back and build a sick-ass house and keep stacking chips. That's the goal." This is from Kevin Durant. Now, I'm going to go a little bit back for 2014. I just wanted to give you guys that image, since that was last year, going into the following year. But back to 2014 when Kevin Durant was the most valuable player. So, he said during his MVP speech, this is to the state of Oklahoma, "You get knocked down, but you keep getting back up. Keep fighting. It's the perfect place for me. The grass isn't greener on the other side." It isn't.
I mean,
He sure as hell went to that yellow-green grass in Golden State.
It sounds like a PR person wrote all of this for him.
It sounds like this came straight out of Kevin Durant's mouth.
I mean, hey, it's the right thing to say. What is he going to say? I don't know. During his MVP speech, I don't know. We'll see.
Don't mention anything about free agency. Just keep your mouth shut.
Well, I mean, they asked him. I'm
Give
sure.
all the love to OKC and Oklahoma. Don't say anything about free agency.
He said it's the
But
perfect
he opened
place.
his mouth. The grass isn't always greener on the other side.
I mean, that's what they want to hear. So, I mean, he just let them know things change.
Liar. Sports Illustrated interview that he did also that year. Our world revolves around championships. And this is where the mentality is starting to change for Kevin Durant. Don't get me wrong. I want to win a championship more than anybody. But if you go through the journey we've gone through, you can almost appreciate other things. I am no front runner. And he constantly repeated that. I'm no front runner. In other words, saying I'm no LeBron James.
He never said that. He
James.
never said that.
That's basically what he said.
No, he never said that.
I'm no front runner. I'm not going to go run around chasing championships.
And he has
jumping from all-star team to all-star team until this year. So the Thunder, fast forward to this year. And I know you guys are wondering, like, well, what did the Thunder do? How did they actually lose Kevin Durant? Well, they tried. They really did. They put forth the effort. They tried to sell him on a legacy bigger than basketball, which is whack if you have an NBA superstar. Like,
yeah.
Selling hopes and dreams, that's not what they want to hear. But the Warriors, when they had their meeting with Kevin Durant, not only was the GM there, not only was Steve Kerr there, but the top 4 players on the team came to the meeting. And they pitched dynasty. And the key word, togetherness. And I think that clicked in his head since him and Westbrook seems to be
together.
Yeah, pretty much. Top 4 players, if you don't know who I'm talking about, Draymond's there, Steph, Clay, and Iggy. Mr. Draymond, stay out of jail, sir. Also, he got a text the following day from Steph Curry and Jerry West continuing to push the issue to sign with Golden State. Now, another key factor in the reason why KD ended up leaving was his inner circle. It was like his father basically told him, this is your time to be selfish. But all his friends and colleagues and people that's very close to him kept pushing the issue like, hey, man, you need to go to Golden State. Let's go. So pretty much his mind was made up, a few days ago. But the Thunder continue to, be such a first-class organization. They always been there for KD. I mean, they've been with him for 9 years. And so they were going off the fact like, hey, he's been with us for 9 years. He's one of us. That was their hope and dreams. Kevin Durant, he's not going to leave because he's one of us. Let's look at some of the quotes he was saying that gave them that impression. Like, he was so upset when Reggie Jackson was demanding a trade. And also when James Harden wound up going to Houston because of, I think it was $4 million difference?
Something like that.
And so, and Kevin Durant was known for saying, like, I never liked guys that didn't want to be here. Like, taking it very personally. And didn't like guys that didn't want to be part of what OKC was building. Well, what made his mind change? What happened to you getting upset with Reggie?
Westbrook.
Is it that bad? I know he's one of the dumbest. But is it that bad?
If you're that good and he just keeps taking shots away from you, after shot after shot after shot away from you, and you had 3 times to close out the Golden State Warriors, and I believe they would have beat Cleveland. If they got past the Warriors, they would have beat Cleveland. Like, just, you don't, and then the coaching, like, Billy Donovan was no different from Scotty Brooks.
Yeah, Iguodala came out this week and said how he thought that OKC was the better team. Like, said they played them better than anybody, even better than Cleveland.
Yeah, because, like, when I was watching Kevin Durant could have scored at will against the Warriors. Like, every time. I'm thinking they have to score. He can score at will. But you know what? Westbrook says, I'm just going to put my head down and go to the hole, or I'm going to pull up for 3. But Durant was scoring at will, and that was, now he said
until the fourth quarter.
And whose fault is that? It's the coach's fault?
It's Kevin Durant.
Nope, it's the coach's fault.
No, it's Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant,
you don't think,
had so many turnovers in that fourth quarter.
Because he's not getting the ball. Like, I ain't got the ball in 15 minutes. Now you want to pass it to me.
Well, I'm sorry, superstar.
I mean,
I thought she was good enough to make something happen.
So if Phil Jackson or Pat Riley or somebody was coaching them together, it wouldn't have been that way. It's the call. Like you said, Billy Donovan was no different from Scotty Brooks. Pick and roll, ISO Kevin, ISO Westbrook. That's all he did. There was no ball movement. It was just give it to Westbrook or give it to Durant. And Westbrook's the point guard. So he got the ball in his hands 99% of the time. Like,
sure did.
Nobody made them, get them like a blueprint. There was no coaching involved at all, I don't believe.
No, and the numbers actually back that. I know Oklahoma City last year was one of the lowest rated offenses
Yes,
in the NBA.
especially
They were like
blowing
top
quarter
8.
leads. Yeah,
Yeah,
blowing
and
fourth quarter leads.
consistently blowing fourth
That's
quarter
coaching.
leads.
That's not.
That
I
is
mean,
coaching. I will give you that. But as I watched that Western Conference Final Series,
mhm.
I remember just sitting back, like how I was on LeBron. I was just sitting back like, Kevin Durant, where are you? What is this turnover? What is this horrible shot selection? Where are you? And I think Westbrook, as the competitor as he is, sat back and saw the exact same thing and was like, well, if he ain't going to show up, I am.
He did.
Unfortunately, his IQ is not good enough for him to make the best decisions. So he tried because the leader, the superstar, did not show up those fourth quarters.
I mean, I wouldn't say didn't show. I don't remember a game where he just was like, "Oh, he's terrible."
I remember a couple
He's
games.
the reason they lost.
Fourth quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 1 through 3, he was amazing. But just like when Kevin Durant plays LeBron, in which I thought they would have lost if they played Cleveland.
I think. Well,
Anytime he plays LeBron James, fourth quarter, Kevin Durant is nowhere to be found. You guys can look up the stats, look up the games. Fourth quarter, KD disappears every time he plays LeBron. Whether it's Miami Heat LeBron, whether it's Cleveland Cavalier LeBron, whether it's YMCA LeBron.
that's
he
in his Nike
disappears.
contract. He can't beat LeBron head to head. I mean, it's just in his Nike contract.
But I mean, and as far as Russ and Nick Collison, they tried their best to make a last minute pitch to Kevin Durant, but it wasn't that impressive. They just had, a little dinner. They was pitching the importance of staying together and
Nick Collison, you don't play though. Like
Yeah,
you're from like
that's
the
just-
Seattle
this is
Supersonics.
not a good look. I mean,
Why would you send Nick Collison from the Supersonics to this meeting?
it's not good.
I mean,
man.
I guess he's an elder statesman because, like you said, he was there when they were in Seattle.
Where's
And
Ibaka?
KD was as well. He's
Well,
in
Ibaka was traded
Orlando.
by then.
Yeah, he's in Orlando. I mean, you got to come a little bit harder than Russ and Collison when you got the
Well,
MVP and
They
the
did.
logo talking to you.
Well, they
Who you
thought
gonna
they
listen
did.
to? The logo and then the MVP, or Collison
Absolutely.
and then the ball hog?
Well, this is the thing, and this is what separates Golden State organization from
Exactly.
OKC. This is their thought process of how they was going to still be able to keep
Mhm.
Kevin Durant in the OKC. So, the day before KD made his decision, Oklahoma City collected 8 Thunder staff members and flew out to the Hamptons, which was like the 4th of July. Of course, everything was booked and packed, so they wind up having to stay at a Holiday Inn and actually share rooms. Like a billionaire CEO,
I'm
owner of the
sure
team,
He hated that.
sharing a room with a personal trainer. But that's who they collected to go talk to Kevin Durant. It was like the owner, the personal trainer, his PR, support staff. I'm like, that's your biggest pitch?
Messed up. They messed
That's your
up.
biggest pitch to Kevin Durant.
Messed up. Where's Gary Payton at? He was like, bring some. Where's Sean Kemp? Bring some old supersonic somebody.
Something.
Come on. Like you said, you got the logo and the first unanimous MVP talking to you, and then you have some Seattle Supersonic Collison, and then you got the ball hog talking to you. Which one you gonna pick? The ball hog and the Supersonic, or the unanimous MVP and the logo? Which one you gonna pick?
They tried so bad, bro. Okay, see, they tried, man. But at
I
the
mean,
end of the day,
Give me Gary Payton, somebody.
Katie just wanted a chance. A change, excuse me. He no longer wanted to be the man.
I mean,
And
he's
he
still
no
gonna be
longer
the man.
wanted to be around a 2-player team. He just wanted to be part of a team.
'Cause they moved the ball.
And he didn't feel like team was the ultimate picture in OKC. So he bounced. And I mean, and
I can
that's
see
really
it.
that.
I see it, and like you said, I mean, even if Steve Kerr coached the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think they would have won because they have the pieces.
That team was very good. I thought the team coming up was going to be a lot better than last year. I love the Oladipo. I love the Sabonis pickup.
Yeah, but I mean, you got a rookie. I mean, he's not going to have too much of an impact.
But you
And
still
then-
got Adams and the backup center they have.
And then my
It
thing
was a
was-
solid team.
Yeah,
They
well,
were
I mean-
better than Golden State last year
And
in the
I-
playoffs.
But like you said,
Iguodala said it
Oladipo,
himself.
Oladipo, I like that pickup because, like you said, he's a great playmaker, but is Russell Westbrook, is he going to actually let Oladipo make the plays?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Probably not.
And that's what KD was looking at. Like, okay, I have, because I mean, Oladipo could really play